Keller Williams Command brings the agent operating system and the consumer operating system together seamlessly.
Command organized everything for me, then put it in one place.
When you have dominion over what you've got at your fingertips, it gives you the opportunity to grow. I was always moving between these different applications,
but none of them talk to one another. And as a result, there's lost clients, which means lost dollars.
A spreadsheet for my finances.
We had 7 or 8 different logins.
A spreadsheet for my showings reports, for my listings, my price adjustments.
It was a big time drain.
Our goal is nothing short of reinventing how people experience real estate through technology and making sure that you're the owner of that technology.
We wanted to build a platform that would connect Keller Williams agents all over the world. This technology was built by agents, directed for agents, and ultimately created to make your lives better.
We really took time with each one of the applets, getting to know how it could help us in our business, and designs was huge because it eliminated that Canva expense. We templated what is our brand going to be, and now everything is branded, it's succinct, it takes seconds to create new listing, under contract, just closed.
We use the campaigns dashboard a lot. Within the campaigns dashboard, we can send direct mailers out to neighborhoods that we farm. You just choose like an area, or you can say 123 Main Street. We want like 250 mailers to go out for just listed within a 5-mile radius, or you choose a radius. We also use the campaigns dashboard to set up social media ads and pay-per-click ads to not only be in our hyper-local area, but also farm outside to gain more territory.
The way people are shopping for homes has changed. Everything is social, everything is on the phone. So if you can't be on the phone and them have direct access to you as their agent, you're losing. You can tell a real estate agent built this app, and that's what I appreciate. If they find a property within the app and they want to ask about it, it goes directly to you.
It's a really great way of being able to connect with your client if you're using the same platform together, and I can see what they're accessing, what's interesting them, when they're clicking on things, when they're opening things. So it helps me also be more efficient how I'm working with my clients.
With smart plans, I'm allowed to set it and forget it. I don't have to worry about clients falling through the cracks.
It keeps track of things that we wouldn't otherwise think of. My clients' home anniversaries, their birthdays, the things that build that feel-good relationship with your clients, it automates. And so it makes those touches so much easier to keep track of and to make happen.
So what's really neat about Opportunities is that it will track that lead and that business through the process, not just track it in terms of steps, but also the math behind it. Every step of the way, as I get closer to a closing, I'm starting to realize those dollars. And as someone that knows pretty much every CRM out there, I've never seen this before.
For me as a team leader, I use the Opportunities dashboard the most, just looking at the numbers and seeing where we are. Conversion rates,
Average commission, we're tracking what our sales price is.
GCI, probable income, potential income, all those things are things that I'm looking at, and then ways to lead generate, ways to get more listings, ways to get more business within the team.
I can make smart business decisions based on where are we going to spend more money, where are we going to cut back, and it's all right there in one spot.
So like Gary said, when you know the right numbers, hitting the mark becomes the entire focus of the team. And so for us, when we want to know our numbers, we look at the reports dashboard to make sure that we're on track.
I could see what's on my agents' dashboards, but then I could also see how they're interacting. I could see where they're winning. I could see where they're not winning, and I could coach specifically to what it is I'm seeing. If I see a number of appointments being set and a number of appointments being held, but no listings being taken, and I have a tool that exposes that deficiency, what should I be coaching or training around?
Command has simplified our lives on the back end of running a team with a lot of moving parts and pieces and human capital. It's allowed us to go to one place to get the answers that we're looking for in almost every single facet of our business.
The cost per lead is ridiculously low. If I was spending $3,000 before, I can spend like $150 or $200 now. It's been like 95 cents a lead on Command.
One of our CRMs, we were paying as much as $2,000 a month.
I could take the money I was spending on a CRM and I could support another family by hiring somebody full-time into our organization.
We were able to cut our expenses by 50%. So moving to Command was just like a no-brainer. We can save money if we go to a free platform versus paying for one or two, right?
We
We've leveraged the technology within Command and allowed for that to enhance our business.
From A to pay, it just simplified everything.
You could tell that this was made for agents by agents.
What Keller Williams Command does better than any other system out there is it keeps you relevant and it keeps you right in the middle of the transaction, and it doesn't let any detail slip by.
Real estate is about helping people with one of the most fundamental aspects of their lives, home. And you are the expert they turn to. And not just when someone buys or sells, but before, after, and all the little spaces in between. So it can be frustrating when you don't have the time or technology to know when someone needs your help. And when you miss that opportunity, it creates a gap that someone or something else can step into. So let's close that gap and give you the time and technology you need to build high-quality relationships with more people. Let's join forces and demand our technology not replace us, but help us be more human, more present, more everything. Let's take Command. Built exclusively by and for Keller Williams agents, Command is your do-it-all, do-it-quickly, people-centric, less stress, more time, end-to-end platform to grow your relationships, your pipeline, and your market share. Whew! Luckily, using it is a lot easier than explaining everything it does, but let's give it a try. Organize, customize, and sync all your contacts. Group them however you want. Know exactly who to reach out to, when, and about the things they really care about. Send personalized neighborhood-centric just-in-time marketing materials in a snap. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Say, "Hey Kelly," and escape from your desk in the office. Add a new contact, log notes, and sync everything while on the go. Seamlessly and transparently source, send, and manage referrals through one of the world's largest and most profitable referral networks. Deploy an ROI-maximized ad campaign across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in like 30 seconds. Integrate the systems and tools you already use every day. Automate paperwork and background tasks. Access real-time revenue projections, end-to-end ROI insights, and goal tracking to get a bird's eye view of your business. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Command empowers you to be a better agent by giving you more time, more value, and more freedom. And best of all, it ensures you and your relationship with your clients remain at the heart of real estate, where you belong.
We don't get it right all the time. Nobody does. Sometimes we fail, but we fail forward. A couple years ago, we started reworking the Command app. We discovered that we had real AI all along. Agent intelligence. You told us what we did wrong, so we could work to make it right. And the only way to truly get it wrong is to give up. But we didn't give up. We hired the best to make the best. We kept building for you. We broke it down, we beefed it up. We went mobile, baby. And now that it's ready, we're not finished. Let our competitors say pencils down. It's not just about where we are, it's about where we're going. And we'll keep building the platform to go anywhere that you want to go. More time, more education, more contacts, more connections, more insights, more integrations, more on the go. More simple, more success, more results, more referrals. More leads, more listings, more leverage, more wealth. More human, more often. More MREA. We wrote the book on real estate, and now we've built the tech. A bigger and better network, so you could build yours. We transformed the technology from worry to works, from From bugs to business, from doubt to double down. This is where she who controls the lead controls the industry. Take control of your database. Take control of your leads. Take control of your money. Take back control and take command. This is now an app with a fiduciary interest, an app that makes your fight personal. This is an intuitive real estate machine that learns, corrects, improves, anticipates, just like entrepreneurs. Built for agents, by agents. This is pure Keller Williams, made not just to keep up with you, but make you faster. Take ground, take command. This is the place, and this is the technology, built for entrepreneurs to thrive. We did more than make it right. We made it us. Onward.
Whether you're a leader or agent, KW Command enables you to manage and grow your business through one powerful integrated platform.
A typical agent spends more than 60% of their time away from their desk. That means you have to be able to take your business wherever you go. The Command app makes it possible. When you are on the go, everything you need is right there on your phone.
You can access and manage your contacts, respond to new leads, prioritize daily tasks, and manage your opportunities, all within the Command app. Tasks are the backbone of your day. Within the Command app, you can easily add and manage tasks, then see a clear snapshot of what needs to get done when.
So your to-do list is always up to date and prioritized.
The Command app makes tracking contacts and leads easy. With built-in integrations for texting and calling, including Twilio and WhatsApp, you can effortlessly log a call or text, then instantly view it on your contact's timeline.
There is a reason Command Mobile has a 4.8 out of 5 rating in the App Store.
The Command app makes it easy to build, foster, and maintain relationships with your sphere of influence. You can assign a lead to a smart plan, add tags, and create notes, so you'll always remember what's important to your clients. You can manage your opportunities and always keep your pipeline updated. In-app and push notifications ensure you won't miss out on anything important.
Plus, the app makes it easy to manage read and unread notifications and to set reminders.
You'll always be in the know and ready for action whenever and wherever you get new info, like seeing who's requested a tour or who's inquiring about a property. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive.
With the Command app, everything you need is at your fingertips.
Command was created to help entrepreneurs like you thrive. Whether you're a market center leader or agent, KW Command enables you to run and grow your business through one powerful and integrated platform. We built Command around Gary's proven laws of lead generation. Build a database, feed it daily, and communicate with it systematically. It's all about being more human, more often, with more people. We want you to thrive in this market and capture your unfair share of every market. That's why we help you generate more leads for less. Using Command, you can upload your contacts and start a high-impact marketing campaign without spending a dime. You can run targeted ads across media channels, including Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok with just one login. In Command, you can create one-off listing campaigns or always-on recruitment programs with push-button ease. No marketing expertise required. You'll do in 9 minutes what used to take 9 hours. And at less than $3 a lead, you'll pay a fraction of what everyone else in the industry is paying. Save time, save money. Sold. Like we said, we're serious about helping you thrive. For streamlined lead gen, it's all right there. Friends, it's time for you to take command.
right. If you have joined me today, how many of you were here the last 2 episodes? Right. What are some of the things that you learned from the last 2 episodes? Anyone? Any thoughts? Okay, I see my partner in crime has just arrived as well.
Hello. Hi, Jonathan.
Yes, good morning, May An. May An is joining us today, and May An is from KW Manila Bay, and she's helping to fill in for Andy. And May An, maybe you want to introduce yourself and say hello to everyone.
Yeah. Well, hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, world. Okay. So I'm Mean Fajardo. I'm the team leader of Keller Williams Manila Bay. My major task actually is to grow the market center in agent count and of course to ensure that the agents are profitable in their business, and also the market center, it should be profitable as well.
Right. Awesome. Straight to the topic today, which is lead generation. Now, I'm gonna do an exercise this morning so that all of us can be aligned and be on the same page with me today. When you think about lead generation, what is the first word that comes to your mind? It can be a negative word, it can be a positive word. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Anyone? Please put in the chat box. Potential clients. What else? Anyone else? Thank you, Juliet. Anyone else?
Contacting people.
Contacting people. Thank you so much. Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself. Feel free to put it in the chat box. Lifeblood of the business. Mian, when you think about lead generation, what do you think?
Building business.
Building businesses. Awesome. Wealth coming in. Hard to find. I like that. Hard to find. All right. Hard to find. What else? Anyone else? Put in the chat. Puts money. Wow. Someone says, Steve say money, 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 money. Right. Building relationships, future clients. Who are our ideal customers, future clients? Right. So without further delay, thank you so much. All these are great words. All these are great perspective. All these are great thoughts. There are no wrong thoughts. They're all correct. But today we want to talk about really what does it mean by having a model to lead generate. So I'm going to share my screen right now. May I feel free to chip in and ask questions or to clarify or whatever, and join the conversation. Okay, you all can see my screen? You all see my screen? Hang on, let me just look at. Okay, are you all seeing my screen right now? Right, awesome.
Yes.
Right, okay, so these were the few models, the 4 key models in the Million Dollar Real Estate Agents book that we talk about so passionately the past few weeks, right? And really this particular chart is the foundation of the entire thinking process of how an agent should run their business. And last week, you heard from Yimping, right? The model that talks about the number of appointments, what are the key numbers. She mentioned something very interesting, right? She mentioned that the numbers need to mean something, right? I want you all to think about that quickly. The numbers need to mean something. You need to mean something that, what does that really mean? You need to translate into what I need to do. You need to translate into how I'm going to spend my money to get what I want to achieve, right? So the economic model is the foundation of the entire thinking process and the way we should run our business. And today, as we know our economic model, then we really know that in order for the economic model to work, right, we need to have something that an engine that generate leads, right? So lead generation model really talks about how can we prospect two things, that prospecting and marketing. How do we set up a database and systematically market to it? And how do we focus on seller listings as well? So the lead generation model is what we are going to go through today. Now, I want you all to think about this conversation today, not coming to this session and think about what is the best way to generate leads. That's not what the lesson is all about. The lesson is about how do you create an engine that potentially can keep generating leads for you on a daily basis, right? Weekly, daily basis, so that your business is sustainable, so that your business is in accordance or in alignment with your economic model. That's really the thoughts. But let's look at some key fundamentals and foundation. Right. The three key things in the economic model we talk about is the numbers we must hit, focus on appointments and conversion rate. So whatever leads that we are generating is to help us achieve this goal here. The lead generation model works synergistically with the economic model, and the key word here is mind share. Now, remember, guys, we are all real estate agents. We are all selling real estate or leasing real estate. Now, we have something called competition in our market. And one of the key goals in running a business, and you hear this word from Yimping last week, I have 60% market share, right? So the goal of our business is to have enough transaction, right, to be a market leader in that location or that particular market segment that you're in. It could be a location, it could be a market segment, it doesn't really matter, but whichever that you think is necessary in your business. So the goal is, how do we have market share, right? But the key thing is this, the first foundation step is if you don't have mind share, you cannot have market share. I repeat, if you don't have mind share, you cannot have market share. Now, what is mind share? Mind share simply means if you are in a specific market, let's just say you are working in the BGC area, how many people will be thinking about you when they think about getting a property or renting a property in BGC? That's mind share. Because without mind share, you will not get market share. You understand what I'm trying to say, y'all? Without mind share, you cannot get market share. So mind share is how people see you, view you, hear about you, remember you, think about you. Remember, right? See you, feel you, understand you, think about you, and remember you, and that's really mind share. So the goal of generating leads is to create that will translate into market share, right? That's the goal. So in this model, we talk about three key things today. Number one, prospect and marketing. What's the difference between prospecting and marketing, right? What's the difference between prospecting and marketing? Now, in page 136, right, the goal of achieving big lead generation program is twofold: to generate leads and build stronger relationships for future businesses, right? So the idea is we need to generate a lot of a program that can give you a lot of leads, right, in order for you to build your business. Prospecting meaning you are knocking on doors, you are going to people. Marketing means you are bringing people to come to you. So the example of prospecting, knocking on doors. How many of you are still doing door knockings in your business every day? Anyone? Do you knock on doors? Do you pick up the phone and call someone that you don't know? How many of you do cold calling? Anyone? You all don't do cold calling in Manila or in Philippines? Yes, you do. Thank you, Clark. Right, so that is prospecting. Prospecting is a very active way of doing business. It's active, right? Then marketing is passive. I do a marketing campaign. I hope people will come and see me, right? So two things. Now, the way we think about successful agents, from my observation, is an agent has to be prospecting based, marketing enhanced. I repeat, prospecting based, marketing enhanced, meaning 80% of your time you should be prospecting. 20% of your time you do marketing, right? Because when you got new leads, you have to prospect, you have to call them, or when you have not enough leads from your marketing activities, you've got to go out there and read lead gen and talk to people and make appointments. That's prospecting and marketing, right? You need to understand that. Second thing is, how do you set up a database that you can feed it systematically? Question number one, how many of you have an organized database? How many? How many of you have an organized database? Now, if you have your books, the MRA book, I will ask you to turn to page 142 and 143. Those two pages are really talking about how you build a database. To me, this is the most important thing in your entire business. And you heard it from Yimping last week. The most, if she have to reset her business again, do stuff from scratch, what would she spend her time on? Building a solid database and feeding it consistently. Meaning, as you have 1,000 people in your database, how many people are you going to add to that database system, right? And number three, systematically market your database. You will see that in page 145 on the book. So these are the three key areas we're going to talk a little bit about this morning, right? I'm going to go through it. Okay, prospecting versus marketing. Now, this is on page 138, page 138 of the MRA book, and it talks about prospecting and marketing. What's the difference between prospecting and marketing? Now, here are the things that you need to do. Now, I argue that a real estate agent shouldn't do anything more than this chart. Basically, if you need to understand where is it that you need help in generating leads, these are the activities. These are the 11 things. Two things, the face-to-face meeting, the telemarketing calling meeting, that's the prospecting side. And marketing, you have 11 options to do marketing. If you just follow this, right? Now, I'm not asking everyone to do everything here. I'm asking you to pick the things that matter to you in your business. What matters in your business here today? It's important. So some markets, newspaper may work, some markets, it may not work, right? Today, we're talking a lot about online marketing, right? Digital marketing, right? So that could be the advertising side, right? You need to figure out what are some of the things that you can do for advertisement in your business. So that's marketing, right? Prospecting is proactive and direct. Marketing is proactive and indirect, right? So this is really the definition of prospecting and marketing. If you are not putting some of these things in your daily activities, my question is, what are you doing? These are the activities that you have to be doing in order for you to generate enough leads to run your business, right? Now, next, the lead generation model teaches us to how do we then segregate, or how do we then develop a system that learns how to put the database into the right place. So, for example, how many of you have database in a CRM system right now? If you do, please press 1. If you don't, press 2. If you're running a CRM system, press 2. If you're using your mobile phone, phone book as your database, press 1. Let's just do a survey here right now. There are 57 of us on the Zoom call. Or if you're on Facebook, please let us know. Everyone is 1. You're on your phone book. Number 2 is for using a CRM. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Only 2%. Everyone is phone book. Awesome. Phone book. Come on. 2. Okay, you're on some. Neil and Hannah is on CRM. Fantastic. Anyone else? Now, there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad, right? There's no good or bad. This is not 1 and 2. I like that. This is not a judgment conversation. This is just an awareness conversation here today. 2. Now, my question to you, on your mobile, for those who are using mobile phone, are you able to acknowledge, or are you able to identify people that you have met and you have not met before? Do you remember? Okay, let's do a survey here. How many of you have multiple contacts on your phone that is the same name? If yes, please press 5. How many of you have multiple contacts that has the same name? For example, you have Alan and there are 5 Allens in your phone. Yeah. Okay, Juliet is one. A lot of us have multiple contacts. The question then is, how do you identify them, and how do you know these are the people that you have met and not met? That's the reason why database, a true database, needs to be categorized, systemized, so that it is easy for you to identify. Now, let's look at this circle here as a chart here, right? This circle is a big circle. The goal is to move everyone from the outer side to the inner side. Now, if you look at the first one, is allied resources one-on-one. Allied resources are people closest to you. Your family, your loved ones. You will sure remember who is the Alan that is your family. I'm very sure. If your son name is Alan, you'll probably know that Alan is your son on your phone. But if your son has a friend called Alan and he's in your phone, you may not know which Alan this is, right? So allied resources are people that are closest to you, your best friends, the best clients that have done business with you, your family members, co-workers, co-agency, co-broking agents that have been with you for some time working with you, bankers that's working with you, close developers that works with you, whoever that is, someone that knows you very well for your business, right? Not for your life, but for your business. They all know that you are a good real estate agent or you are a real estate agent. These are the allied resources. These are people that knows you very, very, very well. Your goal is to find a way to bring people from the general public all the way into the allied resources. How can you build relationship that one day they become here? Give you an example today. You have met Alan here who somehow call you on your advertisement in Lamudi. You have not met him before, but he's just a general guy. He called you in an ad. From the general public, he moved into a target group because he has called you and he says he's interested. Does that make sense? And now he's in the have not met group. You have not met him, but he's a targeted group. He's the person that potentially may be interested in something that you have because he called you on your ad. He becomes a haven't met group. Then you do a conversation with him, he becomes a met group. You meet him for the first time, you bring him to the showroom or you bring him to the property, they have a conversation, right? And then it becomes a met group. So that's how we want to think about the way we run our database, right? You must be very clear who they are at what point in time. Now, the thing is this, how do you then follow up or communicate with them systematically? How do you do that, right? So the goal is how can you bring people from the general public into your target group, into your met group, and eventually into the allied resources. That's what we are teaching today, the what do you call that, the lead generation model. So all your activities and all your prospecting are to bring people closer to you who you have not met, the have not met group, right? And once they meet you, they become a met group, right? Target group haven't met, and then eventually they become a met group. So if you know someone that become a lead or that has contacted you, what do you call that, who is interested to buy something, but you have not met them, how do you then communicate with them systematically? So what we do is do 12 direct communication. 12 direct communication means for the next 12 weeks, you'll be touching base with them. Sorry, for the next 12 months, you'll be touching base with them once a month. People that you have not met, but they're your target group. So for example, if you find a way to bring a database of all the listings or all the property owners in 10 condos in your location, right? You have the database of all those people in your location. They have not met you, but they potentially are your target group for listings. So if you have not met them and they're your target groups, the suggestion is to do a 12 direct touch point with all these people. Now, it could be an email, it could be a message, it could be send them a social media post or whatever that you can do 12 times a year, right? That's for 12 direct. Now, once they become your met group, which is the exciting one, once they come into your system, you make a first appointment with them, we do what we call a 8x8. For the next 8 weeks, touch base with them once, right? Once you finish the 8 weeks, you go on to a 33 touches. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second, right? May I feel free to chip in or ask questions? I'm going to pause here for a second and you look at this chart here. Anyone got any questions? Feel free to unmute to ask questions or put it in the chat box. Anyone? May I feel free to ask questions if you want to. Anybody got any questions? I know I went through a lot in a very short few minutes. Feel free to put in the chat box and ask me any questions at all. let's be an engaging group here, right? I feel that I'm talking to myself, right? I share a joke with you. During COVID, I was doing 3 sessions a day. One day, my mother-in-law, who is 93 years old at that point in time, was very worried. He go and ask my wife, "Has your husband gone mad?" She said, "Why?" Because he stared at the TV and the camera and talking to himself 3 times a week, 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Is COVID hitting him, or has he gone mad, right? So I hope that you don't remind me of what my mother-in-law think about me, because she's not here today. She's in a different house today. But do feedback to me and have conversations so that we can have an engaging session here, right? Any questions, any thoughts, any ahas as you go through this just short sharing this morning? Anyone got any ahas, any thoughts? Don't be shy.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Yeah. So, in essence, you're just telling me to build that relationship. Is that it?
Correct. Because our goal is to build mind share first before market share. Correct. Correct. Because when a person wants to buy, he will tell you, "I want to buy now." Right? But the question is, am I keeping in relationship with this person till the time he wants to buy, right? Before he buys, or before he's ready to pull the trigger, he needs to have we need to win their mind share first. They need to be thinking about us consistently. And when they are ready to pull the trigger, that's when they'll think about us, if we are at the back of their mind. Right.
Right.
Cool.
And there's this not even saying, but according to the studies, right? People buy from you, because of you, because of us. I think
Correct.
that's the first mind that they always think, I'm going to buy something from you because I know you and we have a relationship.
Correct. Yes, relationship. Now, the question is that how do you do an 8x8, right? I give an example of, this is an example of how do we systematically do an 8x8, right? Week 1, it could be you send him today. By the way, this is just a suggestion. It's a prescription suggestion. Feel free to screenshot this if you want to. Week 1, you drop a letter of introduction. Today, because of technology, we can do an introduction letter via WhatsApp or via Viber. Send them a personal brochure. Send them a market report or your business card. So assuming today you've met, for example, I met Mei An for the first time, and I did a presentation to her. She was not ready to make any purchase, but she's interested to find out more or whatever, right? In my first week, I should be dropping off information about myself and information about the market potentially, right? So that is week 1, right? Week 2 could be, again, another message, right? Send a recipe card, inspirational card, community calendar. Hey, by the way, there's a new restaurant open up in this place. I used to do this very, very consistently. I used to send, this is because I'm a foodie. If you know what a foodie means, someone that likes to eat. If you have seen me in my actual life size, you would know that I would qualify to be a food lover, right? So with that qualification that I had, because I was interested in food, I always tell the people that I met second time or first time, the latest restaurant that just opened up in this location. Here's a way to touch point. I'm going to send a message to my client today, this morning, and tell them that, hey, yesterday I found this restaurant. I want you to know how good the restaurant is, and this is a picture of the food I took. You have no idea, if you do this consistently, suddenly you always be remembered, because why? Food speaks to most people, right? So that's one way to communicate. Week 3, you send another information about something else, right? Week 4, you make a phone call. Hey, I'm from here. I'm here, so and so. I'm calling you to see what's happening. And if someone are you still looking at properties? Week 5, you send another free report, market report. Week 6, you send a real estate investment opportunity or a tip. Week 7, you send them a gift, right? Could be something. Week 8, you make another phone call. So this is what we call a sample 8x8 follow-up. The biggest challenge I see in agents today is they don't like to follow up with leads. You all agree with me? Because every agent is saying this: I only want to have a serious buyer. Then I will spend my time and effort on doing it. But the challenge today is most of the buyers that came and see you likely are quite serious. The issue is they are just not ready. Remember, likely most people that talk to you about real estate, speak to you about real estate, came and at least visited your listing or talk or went to the showroom, have potentially some interest. They may not be ready, or you don't have the opportunity for them yet. Remember, they may not be ready, or you may not have the right solution for them yet. Right? So I always tell people there are a lot of serious buyers out there, but there are very few serious agents that will take their words seriously. So the 8x8 process or program is to help you seal and establish a good relationship. Now, after 8 weeks, if it's not ready to buy, what will happen? You will do something else. You do a 33 touches, right? These are, again, feel free to screenshot. 18 touches of combination of many things. I don't know about Philippines, but in Malaysia, we have many celebrations. We have National Day, we have Chinese New Year, we have Hari Raya, we have so many public holidays. We have 45 public holidays in total in Malaysia. So that itself, a greeting touch is already a sufficient touch for these 33 people, these people, right? So 33 touches are something that you can initiate systematically. Now, the issue you will ask me is, do I do this manually or do I do this digitally? I would argue you should be using digital solutions right now to support your 33 touches, right? Mother's Day, Father's Day, there is no Brother's Day. I just found out from my son 2 days ago, there's something called the National Girlfriend Day. I didn't know that. So two days ago, my son educated me. Now there's a new thing. It's called the National Girlfriend Day, you know? So wish them happy girlfriend day if you're someone's girlfriend, right? So many things you can do to touch base, because you need to keep sending them touches, right? Or connecting with them, or it could be just going to their social media and clicking like. It could be going to the social media and commenting on their social media, right? If you found a client that you feel that there's some potential, all of us should find a way to add them on Facebook or LinkedIn. Right? That's how I got 2,000, 3,000 friends on my Facebook. Because why? Once I found out I don't get to know them, I will add them. Right? So that you can touch base with them, you can connect with them, you can comment on their posts. You can go and like their posts or engage with them on social media. That is counted as one touch as well. So 33 touches a year. After you met them for the first time, an 8x8, meaning 8 weeks, 8 touches, then do a 33 touches for the whole entire year. So you need to think through systematically, how do you do your follow-up? When you spoke to Yinping last week, right? Her marketing team or her admin team does this for her systematically, right? And you will figure out what matters to you. If you want to read more, go to the book, MRE book, page 147. It talks a lot about how some of the things that you do and what do you do. All the programs and all the, what do you call that? Examples are stated in the book. Next thing, the 12 direct. These are the people that you have not met in your database. 12 direct mail pieces mail out annually. Now, you want to send them a physical mail, you want to send them an email, or you want to send them a WhatsApp or Viber. Now, remember, guys, in this day and age, when you collect data from someone, please ask for their email address. Do not underestimate the power of email marketing. Do not underestimate that. Just get the email so that you can connect them with email, Viber, WhatsApp, and if you can, social media account as well, LinkedIn, Facebook, right? So that you can send them 12 direct contacts through multiple channels. Either you give them a physical letter, or you send a postcard, or you send email to them. And you have to see that if you are sending out an email to 10,000 people, for example, or 1,000 people, maybe a 10% response and a 5% response would work for you. Now, this model, the 12 direct, has proven work in a $1 Million Real Estate Agent. When Gary Keller wrote this book, he actually did a research. And he found out for every 50 people you market yourself 12 times a year, you can expect a 1 sale. So you have 50 people today in your database or your haven't met portion. You keep on sending them 12 times a year. Every 50%, you can expect 1 sale. I repeat, every 50 people that you connect with yourself 12 times a year, for those you have not met, you could expect one sale. Because these haven't met one are the targeted audience, right? Who are they likely? But property owners in the location that you have. I don't know whether in Philippines do you have a way to access database or to acquire database, right? I don't know. But if you can, those are your direct contacts. Or it could be, here's one. I don't know how tight is security in Philippines. Maybe you can share with me. Can you enter a mail room of a condo building in Philippines?
Oh, come again, can you enter?
A mail room. If I go to a condo block, can I go and deliver a letter to every unit in the particular condo? Can I do that?
No, you're talking about, well, sometimes they do, but most often than not, the condos are, they have security too, and they have all this.
Okay, but can I send a postcard with a stamp and go through the post office? Can I do that?
Yeah, definitely.
You still have post office in Manila, right? Post office still work, right? Right. So, but you could get the address of every single unit in that particular condo block, correct?
You when you go to the mailroom, like, of course, it's him. You don't know all these people, right? So you're saying that you can put in some mail?
Either you drop in the mailbox or you send a postcard. Here's what I do, what I did with one of the agents. This is a real story. When I was an agent, I wanted to collect listing. So I went to this gated garden community. Of course, the security guard won't let me in. They've got this tall Nepalese guard that almost had a gun in front of him, but he doesn't have a gun. But I can imagine, because in Manila, all the guards have guns, right? So I that's my experience so far. But in Malaysia, we don't have guns. But he won't let me in. So I thought I would not stop there. How do I do a 12 direct to all these people that I don't know? But I know they are my target audience, because I know that the entire neighborhood of this particular gated garden community are the listings that I want. So you know what I did? I did handwritten postcards to them. And I mail it through post, because I would know the address, right? I know the address, I got the number, I handwritten to them 3 to 4 times a year, a postcard. And I finally got one owner that said, okay, I want to sell. And I did an open house in that market. Once I got an open house inside there, as I did my open house, because I could access the particular location, I start dropping mails to them. As I got more listings, as I could enter, I secretly drop postcards to all the neighborhood. That's what you can do today, right? So think about it creatively, right? I don't know what's the cost of stamps in Manila. I'm not sure how much it costs, but if you think about your marketing costs, right? If you spend a lot of money on Facebook, hoping someone would want to sell something through you or give you a listing, why don't you think about getting address of the whole block and send them a postcard about yourself? And tell them your story consistently for the next 12 months. Every month you send a bulk postcard to the whole condo. I guarantee you, by the end of the year, you will see, number one, the garbage will have a lot of your postcard, that's for sure. So even when the client go to the garbage room, they will still see your postcard. That's how much mind share you have, right? Because monthly you will see you once. I go to the garbage, I see you once. I go to my house, I see you once. I will remember you consistently because you are consistently sending me information. And today, if you can send messages or information to clients directly to them, amazing. Can you imagine every quarter you will send a market report about this particular location and the condo building to all the owners? Now, if you think about that, how many agents are willing to do this right now in the market? It's hard work, but how many agents are willing to do this? So that's really how you do it 12 direct, right? I'm giving you examples because I don't want us to think about, oh, this is very difficult. Actually, it's not. It's just a lot of physical work. I will encourage you to sign off and write a personal handwritten letter. Do you all know when was the last time you received a handwritten letter or handwritten postcard? You can't remember, right? Because nobody sent you, or what, nobody sent us. That's the opportunity for you. You may receive a printed letter and you probably think it's a marketing thing, you will throw it away. But when you see a stamp and a handwritten letter, you will likely open it, correct? Because, hey, how often do you get a handwritten letter? I have never written a letter to my wife before and sent it by post. Never. I never done that before. But if someone send me a letter, handwritten letter, I will be sure excited to open the letter. My wife said if someone sent her, she'll be excited. She just overheard me. She said if someone sent her, she'll be excited. Right. So that's really things that we could do to our haven't met database. Right. Now, the ratio is this. To the people you've met, based on the studies, if you do an 8x8, 33 touches, 12 of them, 2 will become a sale. So meaning, if you are really following up, once someone saw you on the sales gallery or someone met you in your first appointment, if you follow up with 12 people consistently with this system, likely you have 2 sales. And one of the sales will be a referral, or and the other sale will be a new sale. To the people you have not met, if you do 12 direct, every 50 you will get 1. That's the ratio. That's the ratio. Right? This is the ratio. So if you're going to net 320 sales, 20 sales per year, as an example, you need to have 1,920 met people in your database, right? And haven't met, you need about 16,000. And out of 960 of them, you will get, based on this combination, you will get 320 sales. It's a numbers game. This is the ratio. Now, this number is based on research. It's not based on a number that we pluck from the air. It's after interviewing all the successful agents in town, all the successful agents in the US, who are all netting $1 million US. This is what they say. 12 to 2, 50 to 1. So if you think about it, right, consistently, if you lead gen consistently, our goal is to get to this number here that will move the needle in our business. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a while. Any ahas that you have received today? Any ahas? Anyone got any ahas? Any thoughts? Any questions?
Morning, Jonathan.
Morning, Steve.
Hi, Jonathan. I actually feel so great with all these lead generation with 8x8 touch. The only problem I have, I got tired. I mean, how can I keep constantly doing something? If I do it for 1 week, I might be okay. But sometimes you see, we do have so many leads. I just don't know how can I keep up to it and keep the same momentum every week. You ask me to do it 1 week, 2 weeks, I can do it. But how can I keep doing that for 1 year? I mean, that's always my difficulty. I don't last long.
Right. Okay, so Steve, I want to tell you a secret. All of us won't last long by doing it physically. If you're doing it manually, all of us will give up. I can tell you, almost we will give up. But number one, either if you still insist on starting manually, start with the key people that matters to you first. Start with your current people. Do you have, for example, right now, are you following up with certain people in your database right now? How many of you in the chat in this group are you following? Or Steve, maybe are you following on certain people in your database right now?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Probably a dozen only. Yeah.
Yes. So start with that first. Start with that consistently, and you build it over time. So once you have 12, when can I do 24? When can I do 24? When can I do 36? If I can do 36, how can I do 72? So start small. Think big, start small. That's the key, right? Don't think about, oh, I want to do 1,000 people right now. That's not possible in the beginning. Now, that's if you're doing manually. The good news is if you have a CRM system, a technology that can help you do this consistently, that's when you will start thinking about how do I adopt technology. Because CRM can do an automation in terms of email, in terms of WhatsApp automation, there is email automation, there is SMS automation. So those things can be done through a CRM, right? That's why CRM is very important. You should have 2,000 people in your CRM or 10,000 people in your CRM, and you systematically put it effective, right? Yes, correct. Juliet, you are right. Make this lead generation systematically and digitally. Find that CRM that is simple, effective, and productive. Yes, correct. That is why we need to have this concept first and understand what it means, and then put that into a digital solution. Now, by the way, when this book was written about 20 years ago, CRM was not the thing for real estate, yet people still use manual. I've sat with Gary Keller in his training. He still shows how he had I don't know what you call it, a roller flex, something called roller decks that put your name cards one, right? They put in paper manuals by alphabetical order, name cards by alphabetical order, and he goes through them list by list. Maybe this one I will talk to number A, next one I will talk to B, next one I talk to C. So if your client's name is from A, you start A this month, B you start next month, C you start next month. So there is also a system, right? It's a manual system. But I argue today, like what Steve said, we need a technology to run this business, right now, to be effective, right? Okay, so laws of lead generation. Build a database, feed it every day, communicate to it in a systematic way, and service all the leads that come your way. The goal is to build a database as big as you can, and there will always be not enough database. Database is a constant thing. What's the population of Manila? Metro Manila. Anyone knows? Put in the chat box. What is the population of Metro Manila right now? Anyone? You all know what's the population of Metro Manila? You should know, right? Put in the chat box. The first person who knows and put the chat box will win a prize. What is the population of Metro Manila? 13.48. Okay, Hannah, I'll give you a prize when I see you. Okay, 13.48 million population. If I take a 20% ratio, 20% of 14, okay, let's say 14 million, 20% of 14 million is 2.8 million people who potentially could be your client. And I take another 10% from there, right? 10% of 2.4 million to say that these are the people that has money, right? That potentially can afford. To 10% of 2.4 million, how many would that be? 10% of 2.4 million, it's about 240,000 individuals that potentially has the ability or money to buy something from you today. The question is, they're not in your database. Are they in your database? So think about that number, because the way we do transaction is people, right? If you follow this system, follow this systematic way approach in your business, I guarantee you will be successful, right? So we come to the end of this short presentation about lead generation. I'm going to stop sharing the screen right now and maybe have a conversation. May I, what are your thoughts when you go through the short presentation we had over 35 minutes just now? What are some of your thoughts and some of your ahas?
Okay, well, everything should be systematic at this time. So it's just unfortunate that our service industry is not really into it. So thank you for enforcing that, and definitely we should look for a digital solution, just as if you've mentioned. So in doing our business versus the manual thing. So I think we really have to be tech-enabled agents this time.
Right, definitely. Thank you. How can you effectively implement the 4 laws of lead generation, building a database, feeding it daily, communicating, systematically servicing all this to create a sustainable and scalable business? How can you effectively? Awesome. That's why you do a GPS and have a 411. Every single day, what is it that's important? A 555 is an effective way to build a database. 5 new person, 5 follow-up, and 5 owners or 5 clients, a 555. If you do a 555 daily, that's how you are building and implementing a database. You are building it, you are feeding it, you're communicating to it systematically, and whenever a lead comes to you, you are servicing that lead. Does that make sense? So thank you for asking the question, Hannah. 555 is an example of effectively implementing the 4 laws of lead generation. Anyone else? Any other questions? Any ahas? Anyone learn something from? How many of you are learning something today? I know I talk very fast because I have short time just now, so I try to squeeze everything I can. We should leverage on technology to assist in systematic lead generation. Thank you, Clark. Yes, you are learning. Yes. Yes, stop chasing leads that then come to you. KW Command can help you. That's right. Lead gen model is like a magnet for qualified buyers. Correct. Go do that. What specific action can you take daily to ensure a steady stream of high quality leads? How can you leverage a sphere of influence to maximize your lead generation? Okay, cool. Message to the market. This is one thought here. Message to the market. Meaning, you need to send the right message to the market during certain seasons in time. So, as an example today, tell me, in the Metro Manila market today, are we in a boom market, or are we a bear market, or are we in a what do you call it, up market? Where are we? Is the market very hot, or is the market very down, or is not? Is in between? Maya, what do you think? Up market is very up market. Everything is going up in price.
Yeah, it's picking up here.
Okay, it's an up market right now. So the message to the market could sound like this, right? In all your advertisement, in all your messaging to the clients could sound like this. Do not respond to this ad if you are not interested to find out how to buy property at the right market value, for example. Or your listing could show this property is below market value, or this particular listing is urgent sale, right? Or this particular listing is a rare listing. It's a rare property available for sale. Why? Because that's the current message to the market. The message to the market is this. So you need to understand what season are you in your market and message it to the market. That is important, so that whenever you're sending out messages or information or things to people, you are talking about what's going on in the market right now. So for example, sending a market report. I don't know how CMA is available in Philippines, but if you can send a market report every quarterly to all your database, that is already a message to your market, right? A quarterly report, an annual report, a half-yearly report. Last 3 transactions that happened this month, right? That's how it is. This is an up market right now. Buy before you miss the boat. I just sold 10 houses today, and I didn't say anything to you. Please call me now, right? Something like that. So a message to the market, that's important. I hope that answered the question. A message to the market. How can you leverage your sphere of influence? Absolutely. For your sphere of influence, keep on telling them how successful you are and what you are doing right now. Now, success is subjective. Success doesn't mean you sell everything. It could be, I had 5 viewings today. You heard from Tony Ong 2 weeks ago. He keeps on sharing how many viewings he have, what is he doing today. Have that conversation with your sphere, either on social media, or be intentional about sending a message to them. Hey, I just want to let you know I'm still in this business, and last week I have 25 viewings. Right now, you have any buyers that are interested about this particular property that is below market value, please let me know. Those are the conversation or the message that you can send to your sphere of influence to maximize your lead generation. Okay, so a lot of times we are not sending message that matters to the client or matters to the market. Does that make sense? You can have greeting messages and all that. Those are all good, but they need to see you bigger than that. They need to see you as the industry expert. They need to see you as the local economist of choice for that particular market. So you need to know what's going on in that market. Right. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? May I? Anything else you want to questions? What are the challenges of lead qualification? Oh, that's a good question. What are the challenges of? I think you are talking about how do we qualify what is a serious? Is that right? Dina, are you asking how you qualify a serious buyer, not so serious buyer, that kind of thing? Yes. Okay. So always ask 3 questions. This is a standard thing I always ask a buyer, right, or a seller. 3 questions. Number 1. Why are you buying? Ask questions. Number 2, how soon must you buy? Number 3, what's stopping you from buying right now? Ask 3 questions. These are 3 key qualifying questions that agents most of the time fail to ask.
Excuse me, what is number 2 po, sir?
Say that again, sorry.
What? Number 1 is why are you buying, and number 2
Why are you
is...
buying? Number 2 is how soon must you buy?
Okay, thank you.
Or what's the timeline in your purchase? By when would you buy? You just want to know the timeline. And I would suggest, ask them, would you be interested to buy something in next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? How does that look like? When you ask questions like this, you are helping them to figure out where they are and what they really want. I argue if you're an agent that you want a buyer that is likely to make some transaction decision is between 30, 60, 90 days. So I always ask 30, 60, 90 days. Are you just to buy something within next 30, 60 or 90 days or more? Because if it's next 30, 60, 90 days, I will follow up with this person very closely. Right? Does that make sense? So 30, 60, 90 days, how soon must you buy? Next is what's number three? Number three is what's stopping you from buying right now? You want to find out what's the reason. Oh, I need to sell my house first. That's another listing for you to take. Or I need to settle my bank loan. Whatever the issue is, what's stopping you from buying? Someone has raised their hand. Go ahead and ask the question. Wenji, go ahead and ask the question.
Jonathan, we have this dilemma. We have
Yes.
paid ads and we do have a lot of inquiries. Sometimes they are in a rush, they are in a hurry to ask for the price of the unit or of the property, but we are still not yet finished with the process of introducing the project. So they are asking, they keep on budgeting us, can we have the price? Is it for okay for bank financing? So the process is cut short. We are not able to explain fully the benefits of the project. So sometimes that is our dilemma.
Right. So I would argue that don't start with the project. So when someone sits, for example, when I have someone walking to me in the project showroom, right? I will have my own introduction and all that. I will ask them this question, by the way, what triggers you to walk into this showroom today? What is attracting you to speak to us today? What is attracting you to come to this showroom today? You ask questions like that because you want to understand why.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So start the conversation. Don't sell, but start by asking questions. The minute you start selling, I will start telling you, I will ask you straightforward questions because I want you to stop selling to me. Right? So ask questions in a way that will help you understand why are they inside there. There must be a reason why they came, right? There must be a reason, right? So find out what's the reason. Start the conversation from there. Then you go into the conversation. So why do you think you're going to buy this right now? Right? And how soon are you looking at buying something right now? What's stopping you from buying? Is there an issue? Is there a bank loan issue? Is there a property I need to sell issue? So have that conversation this way from the beginning. From the beginning. That will help you. In fact, I will even have this conversation before I meet this person in person. Does that make sense? Yeah, I will encourage you. One agent, I remember what he did is he sent them a questionnaire. Mr. Tak, it will be very helpful if I can send you a questionnaire to better help me understand your needs and where you are right now. Only 7 questions. Would it be okay if I send this questionnaire to you for you to answer? Most of the time, they will be okay. Send it over WhatsApp, email, or whatever. It's a Google form with 5-7 questions that basically ask those questions I just did ask. Right? It could be 3-4 questions. Number one, it helps clients to think that you really care, you are interested. Does that make sense? It helps clients think that you are interested and you care because you are asking questions about them. You're not selling them something. Then when they meet you the first time, the impression will be very different. Because how many agents do you know in your current market is sending questionnaires to their clients to ask? Everyone goes in and try to sell something to you. They come in, they want to sell you everything, right? That you have. I want to start telling you how good the property is. Does that make sense? Right? So that's the dangerous part. Don't do that. Right? If the property is good and it matches what they need, it will sell by itself. Does that make sense? If the property matches what they need and it is really good, it will sell by itself. Right? Your job is to find out who is suitable or who is likely to match with this particular property. That's your job. That's our job as real estate professionals. Thank you for asking that great question. Anyone else?
Jonathan, just to share my aha, I think I thought the lead generation today, you will be telling us or teaching us about how to do lead generation from Facebook, how to spend the money on the Lamudi, getting more leads. But what I learned is it doesn't have to spend money. It look on your database, look on your touch, look on your one-to-one touch to about 12 touch. is fantastic. It's different. I thought that today I will learn more how to do my Facebook, but
Yes.
very unusual. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I think that's a good aha there. That we always think that marketing is about money, right? Yeah, it is about money. You have to spend some money to get certain things, but it's all about being very clear and very intentional of how we build database. That is lead generation, is database. It's not trying to find a buyer that wants to buy today. That's not going to happen. The chance is very limited to find someone that wants to buy a property today. Like very hard. But you can find 240,000 people in Metro Manila that has the money to buy, and you get in touch with them, and when they're ready to buy, they will call you. That's your job. That's a better way of running the business, more sustainable. Having a system means being organized. Being organized provides you with a clear direction, clarity that leads to successful results. Awesome. By asking these questions, suggested questions is part of qualifying our client. That's right. You are qualifying them, and you're helping them self-discover, right? Is this the right property for them? Or is this the right opportunity for them? That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Bong. Anyone else? Anyone else got any ahas and questions as we close the end, as we come to the end of today? What role does technology play in your lead generation process, and how can you optimize it better for better result? Good question. I think technology helps us to do what we call the functional stuff, organizing our database, tagging them, putting them in one place. That's the functional part of technology. Now, technology cannot replace human beings. It cannot replace the fiduciary part of the real estate business. It can replace the functionary part of the real estate business. So when agents that use technology eventually will beat agents that don't use technology. Does that make sense? So how does technology help us? It helps us to organize our data. It helps us to automate, right? Automate things. That's very important. Thank you very much. I would like to share your aha. Thank you very much for sharing. Your aha is that you just not learn about lead generation, but you also learn to ask a lot of questions to pre-qualify a potential buyer. Absolutely right. Asking a good question to help them understand and help you understand where they are, right? And I would always focus more on people that are ready to buy within the next 30, 60, 90 days. So that's where you know these people is how you should follow up. The intensity of following up depends on their decision-making process, right? So it's about intensity, how intense I follow up with people who wants to buy in 30 days to 90 days versus someone who wants to buy next year. Both are serious buyers, by the way. I want to share that mindset. Don't change. Don't think about where is the serious. Both are serious buyers. They are just going to buy at a different time, right? So if you know that you have this buyer that potentially will want to buy something next year when the son comes back from overseas or whatever the reason is, put that in your database and automate a 12 direct or a 33 touches with them. When the time comes, put in your data in your CRM to remind you. Call him 30 days before he decides, or 60 days before the timeline. Then you will call him 60 days before and say, hey, I remember you told me that you are interested to buy. Are you ready to explore? I tell you, you will be outstanding compared to other agents out there. Right. Any last thoughts? May I? Any last thoughts before we say bye-bye?
Jonathan, can I say something? Well, I think it's everybody, do you learn anything today from Jonathan for this power hour? If you do, please place 1, So at least we will give Jonathan a confidence and a love to us, spending Monday with us. So if you love Jonathan, give him a 1, a thumbs up on that one, okay?
Thank you, thank you. Yes.
And also, I'd like to do some advertisement for Jonathan. He's going to be here this week in Manila. So I think a lot of you have been hearing him for weeks, but you probably haven't met him. So that's also a time that you can meet face-to-face and you wanted to ask more questions directly with Jonathan. That will be a fantastic hour. So if you wanted to see Jonathan, please come to office, this week. But more likely, I think we will be in the office Thursday in Magabagal in Keller Williams, Manila Bay office. So I'd like to put this invitation to everyone. So maybe on lunchtime of this Thursday, we could have an easy, quick lunch, coffee with Jonathan. I think that will be a great hour. So you not only see Jonathan, on the video, but face to face, and he will teach you how to eat the good food. So hopefully more people will come on Monday, on this Thursday. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, I will teach you how to eat Jollibee fried chicken. I've learned that very well. Jollibee fried chicken. How you eat the spicy one and the non-spicy one. So if you come on Thursday, I will show you how it's done. Right. Mayan, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, well, before we end, of course, this session, as the team leader of Manila Bay, we are inviting you, okay, to see us. And in fact, we are even interested to partner with you. And okay, anyway, at the end of the day, it's really about the positioning battle. That's what you've been telling us, right, in this business. So I'm encouraging everyone to choose to, we always say, stand on the shoulders of the giants. And I think Keller Williams is the giant here. So we can see us this week and meet Jonathan, and let's talk about being partners in the real estate service industry.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mayan. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm looking forward to see you all soon this week, I will be in Manila tonight. And I will see you guys. So take care so much. I hope you have brought value to your business. I hope this will help you kickstart your week with awesome power and awesome energy. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care and see you later.